Hello YouTube! Today I want to talk about burning out in gacha games and how to prevent it. Most of us gacha gamers experience it in multiple gachas already. It becomes harder and harder to find the motivation to start your favorite game and doing the dailies. Playing the game slowly becomes a daily work you fear to do, and thoughts about dropping the game occur more frequently. This is especially heartbreaking when you invested lots of time and or money into the game. You like the game, but the daily grind just becomes too much. How can we prevent a total burnout that forces you out of the game? Well, I can only talk from my own and friends' experiences, and there are some clear signs that repeat over and over each time before a burnout occurs. You min-max too hard. Most gacha games have main daily and weekly tasks you can and should do to maximize your gacha currency income. Those are of course the most important ones, and not doing them feels extremely bad. But at the same time, the tasks are usually fast done, and those alone rarely force a burnout. The problem occurs if you do not enjoyable content, too often that is not even related to the dailies. Games usually have a lot of side stuff you can do to maximize on other currencies. One typical one are the currencies you get for doing PvP. The rewards are great, but usually it takes a while to farm enough of it to get the shiny reward you are looking for. It took me a lot of time to figure this issue out when I played gacha games that I highly enjoy. I tried too hard and thought that I need to do everything I can to keep up, even though it annoyed me to do it. The solution is clear. Stop min-maxing unless you want to spend extra time on the game on certain days. Yes, your account progression will slow down a bit, but the game will stay far longer enjoyable for you. An account that is played 1 year long with 75% of the effort is miles better than an account that is played with 100% effort half a year because you burned out. You can configure your daily playtime depending on your mood, and at some days you will just do 50%, others you will do 100%. In the end, you will have a great account in the long run and also maximize the fun you had. Now, let's talk about sunken cost fallacy and honeymoon phase. This is something I had to learn the hard way. You start a wonderful new gacha, and of course you start spending on it because this will be the new main game you play. Let's get the head start and become a strong top player on yourself, of course. Then 1 month goes by, and you are stuck with an account you spent hundreds of dollars on, but the game just isn't that enjoyable anymore. But remember all the vows you made to yourself when you clicked on the pay button? You played yourself. This occurs extremely often, and the only way to avoid it is by only start spending seriously after you are 100% sure that you will stick with the game. Analyze the game and what it can offer to you long term. Does it have a stable player base? Is the endgame loop fun enough? Can I stop spending after a while and still compete for months until I decide to spend again? Many gacha games are rabbit holes once you started spending. You just thought you would get a head start, but in the end you keep spending to maintain your ranking among the players in the game. And because you keep spending, there's this responsibility appearing in your head. You need to keep playing so that the money you spend isn't wasted. This situation is extremely bad, as you will be in the circle of playing, starting to spend, then competing, and ending up with sunken cost fallacy, which forces you to play again and repeat the cycle. This prevents you from stopping the game even though you do not enjoy it anymore. The solution is to only spend higher amounts of money when the game has established itself in your gaming environment. Never spend money that forces you to keep playing for the money's sake. Do not forget that banner units will reappear at some point. Learn to chill. Number 3. You are constantly broke on gacha currency. Yes, this is something that actually increases the chances of burnout. If you tend to pull on every banner the game offers, you will end up broke on a currency that could guarantee you a new character. One of the most fun updates in gachas are the new banner units we get. If you cannot guarantee a character you desperately want, it can easily frustrate you and disconnect you from the game. But at the same time, rolling for characters is extremely fun, and we always hope to be lucky. This is an actual bad behavior in multiple ways for spenders and free-to-play. Free-to-play, as I said, will not be able to get the possible must-have units they desperately want. Spenders will start to feel disconnected with the gacha currency itself. Grinding currency feels not rewarding, as you compensate it with real-life money. Might as well drop the game until the next big update. You end up more time topping up your money than playing the game. Number 4. Real life asks you for more time. Yes, when the workload we have to do in our real life increases, the daily chores we do in gacha games can feel like added work when we just want to relax. Many people do not even feel like playing when the day was harder than usual. This is also very common, and after not playing for a few days, you struggle to even start the game again, out of fear that you will never catch up again. This goes hand in hand with my fifth point, fear of missing out. The fear of missing out in gacha players is extremely high, and the game developers are of course banking on it that you want to keep up with all the other players. Fear of missing out makes you do things you do not enjoy for the sake of not losing on potential progress. But fear of missing out itself is something each player should learn to overcome. Keep in mind that gacha games live from power creeping new units. Each new patch has to offer something more exciting to keep the player base stable. You should not fear to miss out, but just relax and wait for the next shiny unit or skin or whatever you want. As long as you keep the ball steady rolling, your account progress will be impressive in the long run, even when you missed out on certain things. I learned to master fear of missing out by starting my first Epic 7 account in the year of 2022. I was so far behind that catching up will take years, if it was even remotely possible. The game is a few years old and has an infinite stamina refresh system. To keep playing the game, I had to accept that I will probably never be able to compete with the oldest top players. But still, I want to try it because the game itself is wonderful and exactly what I am looking for in a gacha game. By accepting my fate, I overcame for the first time the fear of missing out syndrome. I was able to go back to Counter-Strike Global after abandoning it, and now I have in bot games accounts I am proud of as they progressed really well. Fear of missing out is a misconception that you will never be happy if you do not get certain things. It happens in real life, it happens in games. It is abused by all companies of the world that are trying to make a profit. Learn to overcome fear of missing out and everything in life becomes more relaxed. There are of course more reasons why a burnout can occur. It is important to understand yourself well to prevent it when the first symptoms occur. The most important thing is to stop playing for a few days or minimizing the unfun daily parts of the daily chore, to not completely burn out. Once the burnout happened, try to overcome the fear of missing out. You can still play the game again and enjoy it a month later. Catching up is always possible, as other players will struggle here and there too at certain points. I myself did not burn out for many months now, but I also reduced the daily chores I do in all games I play. This way my account progressed good enough that I can at any point decide to try harder again without feeling too far behind. I hope you find yourself also a good solution to prevent burning out. Start with analyzing the endgame loop of a potential game. Maintain the fun by reducing the daily tasks you do to an amount you can enjoy for a long time, and stop playing games you are close to burning out from, before it really happens. In the end, master fear of missing out to make it easier for you to keep playing even after you literally missed out a bit. I want to thank you for watching my video. Leaving a like or subscribing to my channel would mean the world to me. I am developing myself to improve the content I am creating, and every small mental help will help me on my way. I also want to invite you to a gacha Discord community, Cozy Corner. We are a big player base of gacha players with multiple guilds across games. If you were mostly on your own till now, please consider joining the channel.